Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. My name is Manuel. Welcoming you back to CatersGraphix. Today we're going to learn another tool in Illustrator called the pen tool, the selection tool, and the direct selection tool. In our previous uh, design tutorial, we learned a little about shadows. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how it goes and the function I used to establish this. So if you watch closely, use the selection. So if you watch closely, this one I selected actually is a shadow. When you remove it, you see the line doesn't look very realistic. When you add it, it makes a little more sense. This beneath here is also a shadow. When you delete it, you see how it looks. So all these are shadows that makes up these designs. Okay, all these are shadows. Shadows ranges from different customizations that's based on the light flow, which means how the light, where the light falls from, and so on. So this also is a shadow. Just those little things are what makes up an illustration design. Okay, this tool here is a shadow. Let me zoom closely so you see that inside there. Let me zoom more closely for you to see. This inside here is also a shadow. When removed, it's very plain. Okay, so this here is also a shadow. When you see it beneath here, you see a sign here. So if you remove this no more shadow space. Okay, this is a shadow. All these are shadows. Okay, so today this is not what we are going to learn because it's more complex design concepts or illustration. So we're going to delete these so we can work on I think this is locked. Okay, I have to unlock it before you can delete. So this is it. We are going to work on this simple logo type. Okay, remember I told you before you drag in your work to illustration, make sure you put it in Photoshop first. That's based on resolution. I edited this in my mobile phone and reduced the image quality. That's why it could get in here without any stress. Okay, so when you import an image you want to work on for the first time, what first you need to do is you're going to lock it so it won't be moving around with your illustration design. So this is the image, not this one, because it is under this. That's why you can still see it here. Okay, look at what I'm talking about. This actually is an image under this. Okay, so when you hide this in, it goes inside that. This is actually known as a group. Okay, you can also create your new layer. You can also create your new sub layer. Those are groups. So I'll also teach you how to group icons in LED times, so vectors, shapes, so it will be easier for you to navigate through your design. So for the benefit of this, we are going to learn how to lock simply by clicking on this angle. Okay, anywhere you want to lock, click on this angle. If you want to hide, click here. So as we lock it, you see these blue lines, these blue X lines would be missing. So we lock it now. So we have this. So first thing you need to do, this is a logo type, and you make sure your little calculations are accurate. So we're going to use simple calculation platform, but we are going to deal with the ruler for today. Okay, so click on view, click on ruler, then show ruler. This is a ruler size. Simply means we want all our designs to align accordingly. Okay, you see this line, this is a drawing, is not perfect. Okay, so but with this you can make the lines perfect. So we drop a line here. You can also drag a line from here to make sure you get exactly what shape you want and make sure your designs are within your lines. Okay, you can also draw another one to put beneath this. So this is what we have now, and this is what we are going to work on or work with. Want this line a little up. Very good. So now we have this, we have our smart guide, that's the ruler. So we go with either our pen tool or we can work with our rectangular tool. If you want to work with the pen tool, it's very simple. Make sure your cap lock is off. If your cap lock is on, it will show this X button. If your cap lock is off, it won't. Okay, so we are going to draw a line from here. From here we grab the line and hit here, we hit here, we hit here, and we hit back here. Okay, so we can guide this to be black or whatever color, white or so. Okay, this if we want to work with the pen tool, you can use it to draw the lines you want to work on. Okay, but today we'll be using the rectangular tool to make work easier for us. So what we're gonna do is we have to draw a line outside this, then import it here, regulate it to meet up with the requirement we have here. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we draw the line outside, but we're gonna use black as the color so we can see through in white. So we just draw a line like this, or like so. That's it. Drag into your space, then use this to rotate it to whatever canvas you like it to be. Make sure your design aligns according to what you want. Okay, don't bother about the shape we have here. Don't bother about line. We'll treat that later. So what next you do, you have to duplicate this. Hold the Alt key and duplicate it to match with this other side. But what we are going to do to make sure these lines are equal, we are going to make sure they are beneath the first line. Okay, exactly beneath the first line. Don't bother about the bottom side. This is simply to make sure that these two lines are equal at the top. Okay, so now we are going to draw a circle too, just for this. And one of you made a mistake recently of drawing a circle that is not that is a spherical circle like this. Now, to make a circle on Illustrator, when you are drawing, be careful to make sure you wait till this plus sign shows that's a perfect circle. The same is applicable to a rectangle. If you want to draw a square, you make sure there is a line in between the vector shape before you allow it. Okay, so that's how to get a perfect circle. So we got a perfect circle here. We can leave that for now. So with this, we can now work. Okay, first thing we got to do is to click on only this anchor point and go and restructure it this way. You know, we can't see through this to know what is happening in the background of our image. So what we do is we click on the opacity tool, we reduce it so we can see through. Later we'll increase it. Okay, so you come over here, you click and you reduce. Okay, click here and you reduce a little. This is already reduced to the shape we want. So here again you reduce. Okay, but this is not actually what we want here, because what we want here is a straight line that runs from here to this angle. A straight line that runs from this anchor point to this anchor point. Now, how do we achieve that? Let's get closely and work on that. So how you achieve that is this. You select the curvature tool. You make sure the points are in the angle where you want them to be, and the next point you select, but make sure it is within this straight anchor point. To make sure this anchor point is equal to the anchor point you're about to create here, you got to use this tool to move it and make sure the anchor point is in the line that we draw. This is where the ruler helps. So we select the point again, then we're gonna hit it here. Okay, so we got what we want now. So what we're going to do, we're going to delete this line above here by clicking the delete button. Okay, double click here to get exactly what we want. So that is how to create that kind of shape that you want. Okay, next you have to smoothen this angle by doing it so, and the other one you have to smoothen this a little by doing it so. Good. So this is what we actually want. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is to stretch this to match our ruler. By holding the shift key, you can now stretch it to match the ruler beneath. Now, do you see we practically, you can reduce this a little. No, you can reduce by not holding the shift key. You can reduce the size so it can match with what we have in there. Okay, so now what we have here, we don't really need this. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are simply going to delete this and duplicate this. So since it's exactly the same shape in exactly the same line, we just duplicate the both of it. Okay, now we can increase the opacity of the two. So we increase the opacity of the two, we have what we want. Now we have exactly what we want. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to disable the ruler and proceed with our work. You can delete the rule lines. You can delete the rule line by selecting them. Then we are going to hide this. So we have our logo type. You can change this color to whatever you want, and this could be gray. I love gray. So now to make this color the same with this one, you don't need to start selecting the color to make it exactly the same with this one. You just select the eyedrop tool and click on this. It applies the same color to that. So now we have our logo and we can just type underneath it. It's very simple to deal with. So follow the tutorial carefully and create your own shape. Okay, make sure you present your drawings first, and also create a different, this is W. Okay, create a different maybe E or A, but make sure all lines are not joined together. Okay, A could be something else. You can use any shape. It must not be both shape like this, but make sure even if other shapes are joined together, let it be like two different shapes. Okay, maybe a line like a line like so, a line like so, and coming close to this place. Okay, even if it comes down, switch, then there should be a dot in the middle. Okay, even if you use the stroke tool to increase the size and use the cap to lock it and also lock the top side, then you can just make it more creative. Let me just use this circle I have already created. Make it more creative by, you know, just make something creative. It mustn't follow all the rules I made here. You can make a simpler one, so as you grow it will be easier for you to make stuff like this. So thank you for watching today's tutorial, and I'll be waiting to see yours even better than mine. Enjoy the rest of your day.